What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to answer a question from a viewer. The viewer's name was James. James hit me up on Instagram and asked me this question. He said, Keith, I feel generally down and out. I'm 21 years old. I have no money, no relationship. I'm out of shape and I don't know what to do. I generally just feel terrible about my life and desperately want to change. What should I do to start? So I want to answer this question for you right here because I think a lot of guys could benefit from this question and the answer that I'm going to give to it. So first thing you need to do is you need to take an objective look at your life. It sounds like you're pretty aware of the things you don't want. You don't like the fact that you don't have money. You don't like the fact that you don't have a relationship. You don't like the fact that you're out of shape. And you just don't feel good about your life in general. I really believe that for most men, if you can get a good relationship, a decent amount of money, and a decent body, your odds of having a happy life go up exponentially. Like that is, if anything was a guarantee that you're going to have a happy life, it's if you can get those three things in check. But those are the three things we always struggle with. So first of all, sounds like you're pretty clear on that. Now I did make a video on talking about a perception shift that I think could help you out. I'll put that right here in the card description. But basically talking about if you understand what you don't want, that by definition implies that there's something you'd rather have, and that if you can focus on what you'd rather have and then start coming up with solutions to get it, you'll get there much faster than you think. So what I would do for you, first of all, is figure out how your day is going. You need to get your day under control, because if you can get your day under control, you can get your life under control. So I would start with getting up at the same time. Get up at the same time every day, even if you don't have anything to do. Just set an alarm and get up with it. Establish that you're going to wake up when you want to wake up for the day and not when you just happen to roll out of bed. I would start some sort of morning routine. And of these three things that you have down here, I always tell people out of money, relationships, and getting in shape. Getting in shape is the best one to start with because it's the one that's the most in your control. You know, if you start a business, something like this coronavirus can happen, and all of a sudden, like, your business might not be able to be open for a few weeks or something like that. And the thing with women, like, if you want to have a great relationship with an attractive, loyal, supportive spouse, you're obviously going to have to be the kind of guy she wants to be with, and that means you need to be able to provide and be the kind of guy that she can be loyal and supportive of, but that means you got to have your life in check. So typically I tell guys, and this is for me as well, I tell everyone, you got to put the relationship on the back burner until you get your whole life in check, more importantly. So of these, I would say start with getting your body right. You can see it's the most in your control. You can see the most results fastest. And once you start to see the results coming in, you can start to believe in change for yourself. Your identity will change. So what I would do first is get your morning under control. Second, I would start getting in the gym. All right. That's so within your control. I know a lot of guys seem to think, man, I'm out of shape and there's nothing I can do about it. It's completely in your control. You just got to go to the gym. You just got to take the action. And look, there's no magic pill that's going to make your life better. If you desperately want to change, like you said you did, then it's time to just go out there and take action. That's the action you got to do, One day when I was in college, I had failed some college classes that I totally could have passed, but I didn't want to be there for the degree. I was just doing it because I thought I was supposed to be there for that. And then I felt inspired in that moment and realized that it was time for me to make a change in my life. And at that moment, I flipped the switch and my life's never been the same again. But it started with I had to take actions and make a change. If you've reached that point, then it's time to take a change. First things you got to do is get your life under control. Jocko Willink, the former Navy SEAL, he says discipline equals freedom. It's so true. If you discipline yourself, you'll create freedom for yourself. You can't not have a master. I know a lot of people, they think, oh, I don't want a boss, I don't want all these things. Well, if you're not going to have a boss, or you're not going to have a parent waking you up in the morning, you have to be the one making yourself do it. You have to be the boss of yourself. And that means you got to get disciplined, all right? So start doing the same morning routine. Get your days in a row. Get your days in alignment and start taking action. Next thing, like I was saying, if you know you don't like the fact you don't have money, that implies that you do want to have money. This is the next thing you need to focus on. You can focus on these at the same time, but the body's just going to be the quicker one for you to get done with. So figure out where you're at with money. I don't know where you're at with money. You didn't elaborate. Maybe you don't have a college degree. Maybe you're in college. Maybe you're trying to build your own business, or maybe you're just completely clueless, and you know what, that's okay. You're 21. You got time to figure this thing out. No big deal. But you need to take honest stock of where you're at, what you have, what skills you have at your availability. If you have no skills, That's the first place you need to start. You need to get some sort of skill that you can either monetize entrepreneurially or through working for somebody else. That's the next step you need to do. Take an honest look at where you're at financially, figure out how much money you genuinely would like to have, not like lifetime achievement award, but like what's the first step? What's the first step? Maybe you live at your parents' house and $3,000 a month is enough for you to have your own apartment, have your own place, and establish yourself and live a decent enough life. And that's a good barometer to start with. Or maybe it's 10,000, whatever it is for you. Figure that out and get clear on how you can do it and start to refine the steps that it will take and start to just take the actions you know how to take. The rest of the actions will come to themselves. So, I think it was Bill Gates. I know a lot of successful people have said this, that people underestimate what they can get done in a year, but they overestimate what they can get done in a year. They underestimate what they can get done in a decade. And this is true also on a more micro level. People overestimate what they can get done in a month, but they underestimate what they can get done in a year. Your life can change so much in a year, and it really just comes down to being impatient because you want the change right now, but you can't change where you're at in this moment. You can only change the future as you move towards it. And that's just going to be based on the action steps. And you have to accept where you're at and just move in a positive direction. You can't expect everything to fall in your lap tomorrow. You're just going to have to be daily disciplined. It's the Kaizen mentality. I made a video on that as well. But basically, take that to heart, okay? Even on a month basis, a lot can change in a month if you just start taking action. Your whole life probably won't change in a month, but if you made a note of where you're at today and then put a reminder in your phone to go read that place that you're at in a month's time, and you actually took the action steps I'm telling you, started working out and got your day under control and made a plan for your money, and you look back in a month, I guarantee you'd be in a much better spot. You'd be feeling generally much better, and then compound those months, and in a year's time you'll look completely different. It's how it works. I've done it for myself. I've seen tons of people do it. They just finally have had enough of the bullshit and have decided it's time to step up and live the life they're meant to live, and they finally go do it. And when you do it, look, like I said, it's not going to be the first day. Man, this subject fires me up, but it's not going to be the first day that everything changes, but you got to keep pounding. And when you do that, things will change, and it just works. It's not luck. It's about taking actionable steps. So, okay, get your morning under control. Like I said, maybe you don't want to wake up at 4 a.m. You don't have to wake up at 4 a.m. I usually wake up around 6 a.m., 6 to 6:30, somewhere in that ballpark. So set a time that you feel like is good for you, and you can back it up as you need to if you want. But maybe if you're used to waking up at 9 and you want to set 7, that's great. That's better. You're on time now. And start hitting the gym, and then establish a plan for your money. Once you get all of that under control, you can start working on the relationship part of the thing. But get those under control first, because then you can go take care of the girl you want to take care of. You can have the body you want. You can feel good, feel confident, and feel like a worthy partner in that situation, as well as just feel good about yourself. You won't feel the need to have anything else because you'll be content because you put in the work, and you'll build self-confidence. You'll change your entire self-image. These are the main keys, I would say. Just start getting up early, start hitting the gym, and start figuring out a plan for your money. Don't complain about it. Find a solution. Solutions rather than problems. That needs to be your mindset. Guys, that's all I got for this one. If you have a question you want me to answer for you, go shoot me a DM on Instagram or leave a comment in the comment section below. My Instagram is @keith.carpenter. I'll put the link to that in the description box. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on tomorrow's video.